Hello, my standard student of the Scottish Academy. I am Arvind sir. Today we are going to solve the question number 3 of a lesson number 5 quadrilateral 5.1 question number 3. Okay, 5.1 question number 3 lesson quadrilateral. I read the question. The perimeter of a parallelogram is 150 centimeter. One of its side is greater than the other side by 25 centimeter. Find out the length of all sides. Means here the perimeter is given. First we draw the parallelogram. Then this is the parallelogram ABCD. Then what will the condition given? One of its side is greater than the other. Means suppose this side is we consider as the x. Then another side is greater than 25, means plus 25. So we get the two sides. So by using the properties of a parallelogram, we will solve this. The ABCD is parallelogram. The given diagram is of a parallelogram. Then consider length of AB. Length of AB. Length of AB is equal to x. Consider. Okay. Then by considering it, we will find out the another length of the BC is equal to what? Greater than 25. So we will get the two lengths. Then length of AB is also equal to the length of CD, and length of BC is equal to equals to length of AD. What is the reason? Because they are opposite side. Opposite side. Therefore, the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal in length. So its length is like this. We fill here. Then the perimeter of a parallelogram is 150. Means perimeter means what? Sum of all sides. Means AB plus BC plus CD plus AD is equal to what given? 150 centimeter. So by putting the values of the AB, that is the x, BC, that is x plus 25 plus CD, we are writing here x plus x plus 25. Then CD, it is having the length x, and the AD having the x plus 25 is equal to 150 degree. So by adding this x plus x plus x plus x, this is 4 times, so it is a 4x. 25 plus 25, 50 is equal to 150. 4x is equal to 150. This 50 transfer to the another side, it will come minus 50. So subtraction is the 100. This 4 gets divided to this 100. By dividing it, we will get the value of x is equal to 25. We get the value of the x is equal to 25. So by substituting these values, we will get the length of the all sides. X means the side length of the AB and CD. Length of AB as well as CD is equal to x is equal to 25. And length of BC is equal to length of AD is equal to x plus 25, means x plus this 25 plus 25. So it is a 50 centimeter. This is also. So we will get the answer. The length of the all sides, that is a 25, 50, again 25 and 50. So we solve the question number 3. We will go to solve the question number 4. I will read the question number 4. If the ratio of the question number 4. If the ratio of measures of the two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is 1:2, find the measures of all angles of a parallelogram. So this is also related with the parallelogram. So we will draw the diagram of the parallelogram. Then what will be given in the example? If the ratio of the measures of the adjacent angles, these are the two adjacent angles, their ratios are given 1:2. Find the measures of all angles of a parallelogram. So we draw the parallelogram. Given name is ABCD. Then the ratio of the measure of the, so in the solution you write the first, what will be given? The ratio of two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is 1:2. So we are considering the common multiple. Common multiple is equal to what? X. Therefore, angle B is considered, means it is 1:2, means is equal to what? X. And angle A is equal to (2) means 2x. Because the common multiple we have taken here is the x, means x into 1 and 2x into 2 into x, that is a 2x. Then the sum of these two interior angles, by using this property, the sum of the interior angle, what is the reason? Interior angle of a parallelogram is a supplementary, means their sum is a 180 degree. Therefore, angle A is what? 2x, and angle B is what? X is equal to what? 180 degree. By summing it, we will get the 3x is equal to 180 degree. Then, by transforming this 3x, 3 on the another side, it will get divided. So, we will get the x value is equal to 60. So, we get the x value is the 60. So, the angle B and angle D is equal to x. So, angle B, angle D, the opposite angles, is equal to x, which is of a 60 degree. And the angle A is equal to 2x. Angle A is equal to 2x. Means angle A is equal to angle C is equal to 2x. That is the opposite angle. What is the reason? Opposite angle. Then, by putting the value of Ax, that is 60 degree. So, the total 4 angles we calculated here. That is a 60 degree, 120 degree, again 60 degree and 120 degree. These are the 4 angles of the parallelogram. Then question number 5. Then we will solve the question number 5. I'll read the question. The diagonals of a parallelogram intersect each other at the point O. If AO is equal to 5, BO is equal to 12, AB is equal to 13, then show that ABCD is a rhombus. So, firstly we draw the parallelogram as per given condition. The diagonals of this parallelogram bisect each other. We will give the name ABCD, the common name. Then, what will be given? AO means that intersect at the point O. AO is equal to 5. Then BO is equal to 12. And AB is equal to 13. AB is equal to 13. They show, we want to show the parallelogram is a rhombus. So in the solution we are writing here. Firstly, what will be given? We will write here AO is equal to 5, BO is equal to 12, and AB is equal to 13. That is the given. Then AB is AB square. We are taking the AB square, means 13 square. It is 169. Then we are taking the sum of the AO square plus BO square. AO is the 5, their square. 12 is their square. Means BO's value is 12. So 5 square is 25. 12 square is 144. The sum of it is 169, but it is equal to this AB square. So it is equal to the AB square. So we can say that the AO square plus BO square is equal to A square is equal to AB square. So this is the Pythagoras theorem. This is the Pythagoras, but it is the converse of it. By converse of Pythagoras theorem. We can say that the given parallelogram diagonals are perpendicular. So the diagonals of a parallelogram are perpendicular. Means the diagonal AC is a perpendicular to the diagonal BD. Is perpendicular to the diagonal BD. So this is the property of a rhombus, where the diagonals of the rhombus are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, the given parallelogram ABCD is a rhombus. What is the reason? The property diagonals are perpendicular. Diagonals are perpendicular. Then, question number 6. Then we will solve the question number 6. I will read it. In the diagram, here the diagram is given, parallelogram and the small parallelogram. The name are PQRS. And these sides are ABC. ABC. I will read the question. In the diagram, PQRS and ABCR are the two parallelograms. These are the two parallelograms. If angle P is equal to 110 degrees, if the angle P is equal to 110 degrees, then find the measures of all angles of the ABCR, this small parallelogram. Therefore, in the solution, PQRS is a parallelogram. Then, opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. Therefore, SPQ, angle SPQ is congruent with SRQ. Is congruent with the SRQ. Means their measures are the same. What is the reason? Opposite angle. What is the reason? Opposite angle of a parallelogram. Then, SPQ is 110 degree. SPQ is equal to 110 degree. Therefore, angle SRQ is also of the same measurement. Then, in a ABCR, it is a parallelogram. In a this is a 110 degree. ABCR is a parallelogram. Therefore, the opposite angles, which are the angle B, it is also 110 degree. Means the angle ARC is equal to the angle ABC. Angle ABC and angle ARC both are of a equal length because opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent Then we are taking the sum of these two adjacent angles, means ARC angle. ARC, here ARC is equal to what? ABC is equal to what? 110 degree. Here we are taking the two adjacent angle ARC plus this angle BAR, their sum is 180 degree because the interior angle of a parallelogram is a supplementary, means their sum is 180 degree. By putting the value of ARC, that is 110 degree, BR we does not know, is equal to what? 180 degree. By transforming on that side, BAR is equal to 180 minus 110 is equal to 70 degree. So we will get the angle BAR is equal to 70 degree. So here this interior angle, we find out it is of 70 degree. Then the opposite sides, means the angle BCR. The angle BCR is also equal to the angle BAR. It is equal to 70 degree. Reason is what? Opposite angle. So we are finding out the all angles of a parallelogram ABCR. Angle A is equal to 70 degree. Angle R is equal to 110 degree, angle B is equal to 110 degree, and angle C is equal to 70 degree. So this is our answer. We solve. Then the last question remains, the question number 7. The question number 7. Have you read the question? In the given diagram, ABCD is a parallelogram. Point E is on the ray AB such that B is equal to AB. Prove that the line ED bisects the segment BC at point F. I will draw the diagram. Diagram is given. This is the parallelogram. Then by extending these sides, and also extending this side, we get the diagram like this. Then it is a parallelogram A, B, C and D. Then here is the point F and it is the point E. So it will bisect the given E in two parts. So for that we are writing the proof. Again I am reading the question. In the diagram ABCD is a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram. Then point E is on the ray AB. E is on the ray AB such that BC is equal to AB. BC is equal to AB. These are two are also equals. Then prove that line ED bisect the point side BC at point B, means these two are also the equals. Therefore, segment by using the property of a parallelogram, segment AB is a parallel to the segment segment CD. Segment AB is equal to parallel to the, what is the reason? The opposite side. Opposite side of a parallelogram are parallel. By using this property, then length of then segment A also, this is extended, means AB is extended to the A. So segment A also parallel to the segment CD. this only this is extended, so it is also parallel to the CD. Then line BC, where is that? This line. Then the line BC, this line is a transversal of a two parallel line. Then angle EBC means this angle. Angle EBC is a congruent with angle DCB. DCB means these are the two alternate angles of the parallel line. So they are congruent. Then angle EBF, EBC means angle EBF. Angle EBF is congruent with angle DCB. DCB is also said that DCF, the same, because they are the same length of the angle, because F is in between B and C. Then the segment, these two are equal, therefore the segment AB and CD, segment AB and segment CD, both are the opposite sides of a parallelogram. So opposite side of parallelogram, this is the opposite sides of a parallelogram. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent. Then we are extending this proof. The length of AB and B, length of AB is congruent with the length of B, is equal to what? Length of the B. That is given in the example. Then segment B is congruent with the segment CD. B is also congruent with the CD because the angles are the same. So these two segments are congruent. Segment B is congruent with the segment BD. These are the alternate angles, the same angle. So these two segments are also congruent. Then in triangle EBF and in triangle DCF. We are considering these two triangles. EBF, where is that? EBF, this triangle 1, and DCF, this is the triangle number 2. We want to show it is a congruent. Therefore, what we know that AB is a congruent with the BC. B is a congruent with the CD. B is a congruent with the CD. That is the given. Or from the upper equation number 4. Then angle EBF, this, and angle DCF, angle EBF and angle DCF are also congruent because it is an alternate angle. Then third point is that angle BFE, means this and this angle. Both are opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. So it is an opposite angle. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. opposite angles are congruent. So we will get the three things to prove that the EBF is congruent with the DCF. So the three elements, we know that the two angles and one segment. The two angles and the one segment. Therefore, by side angle test, these two triangles are congruent. When the two triangles are congruent, then their corresponding side, that is segment BF, is also congruent with the segment CF. Segment CF. What is the corresponding side of a congruent triangle? And the reason is these two are the congruent. Therefore, the point F divides the side BC into two equal parts. So the line ED bisects segment BC at the point F that we proved. This point F bisects to the segment BC. So we completed the practice set 5.1. Thank you.